Okay, welcome back everybody. The History Guy here. We're picking up right where we left off with the final battle, the battle for Richmond in this No Infantry campaign challenge. And we've gone back to the southern fort now. I now feel like I wish I had everybody down here. But I also know that this is an ugly, ugly spot to try and fight through to get directly at that fort. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and continue with what I was already doing, which is hitting at him here in what would really kind of be the center of his line, but the left side of the line for this part. So I'm just going to bring up the rest of my guns, and again, I'm just going to kind of focus on doing this slow and methodical and trust that I've still got more time. So we're going to keep weakening these forces here, and eventually I'm going to push through on them. I've only got one unit of melee cavalry. I do have this unit of infantry that I was awarded after one of the battles that I've never reinforced. So maybe we throw them in there. Let them lead the assault with the melee cavalry and try to break Ransom out of there. He got reinforcement, so now he's up to about 10,200 men. He's got about a 1,600 man advantage on me, but I've got him a little better than 3-1 on guns. I'm going to bring these hunters up because they've got a nice long range. No, Kelly will go this way. As well as my sharpshooters here. He doesn't have a lot holding the center there, but he does have some melee cav in the rear, so I've got to be careful of that. I don't intend to take this fort yet. On this part of the battle, I'm expecting they'll give me more time. These are smoothbores, so I've got to get them up a little closer. Alright, 40th Kentucky, we'll get them up there. That should be enough to get this done. I'm holding everybody else back, at least for now. So we're going to send Ledley first so he can take the initial volley. Alright, and now we go. Rebel infantry spotted. Where? Oh, yeah, they're coming up to support him. Of course they are. Because that's what they do. Oh, I didn't want those hunters to go up that close. Just want a Baker up there. Look at that melee cavalry just sitting there waiting for me to break through the line. All right, let's get supplies up there. I'm going to have to get some additional troops up there. This isn't happening easily enough. We're going to pretty much send everybody up now. It's alright, Kelly. You just keep these guys busy. I want to bring up these guns. I want to start firing on his cavalry back there. That's funny. The second I clicked on them to fire my artillery, they started moving before I'd even fired. Here they come. Oh, that's just his mounted infantry. My goodness. This is not going well at all. That's it. Bring your melee cav out here and let me hit him with my smoothbores. Nice. He was desperately trying to hit my artillery because I brought it up so close. And he paid for it. All right, 36 minutes left, so not a lot of time. But again, my plan was just to break through these lines right now. Come on, smoothbores, hit him again. Let's get Davis up here. Kelly's going to disappear soon, but that's okay. All right, we've pretty much driven them out of the fortifications now. You can see all the craters from the artillery. Let's look at the numbers. He's still got me by about 1,200 men. Ransom's going to cease to exist here. Yep, there he goes. All right, Pew, get out of there. I'm just trying to wear him out in terms of his manpower before I even get anywhere near that fort. I'm hoping the whole battlefield opens up at some point and I can send some troops south to help with that fort. Wipe out a few of his units. All right, let's bring some of these guns up a little closer. Okay, now he's just got a 600-man advantage, so we are evening the odds. It's just not happening fast enough. Alright, Wallace is about to be gone. Hoping I can take Kirkland out, but that may not happen yet. Where does that put us at the end of this part of the mission? He's got a 300-man advantage now, so we have even the odds some. That's real all I'm trying to do right now. Put myself in a position where I will be able to assault and take these objectives at some point. Alright, we're going to move probably back to the north now. We must prevail. Yep, now we switch back to the other side. Looks like we have more reinforcements coming. More of our brigades finally arrive on the battlefield. Secure the trenches before nightfall, or else our offensive cannot continue. Alright, so in this 3.5 hours, I believe I've probably got to take the objectives. One in the north won't be a problem. Plenty of manpower to do that with. Looks like I'm down by about 700 men. The center might be a little more difficult. This one I'm pretty sure I'll be fine with. So I think we'll be good. Okay, so we pick up right where we were the last time we were on this side of the battlefield. I've secured command point A in the north. I'm about to secure the one in the south. And it looks like we've got some guys to deal with here in the middle. Unfortunately, my melee cav are going to have no effect on them. On those skirmishers there in the center. I'm going to send this one unit of melee cav up here to the north because it is open up there. In fact, I'll send both of them up there. And I got to push these guys out. Okay. Let's push up north here. There's a lot to manage, so I'm probably going to be running a lot of this on the slow mode here. Got to drive these stinking skirmishers out. And I got to be careful here because they're getting driven right toward my guns in the south. Alright, we got to see what's happening up here. Alright, we're still dealing with guys on that side. Looks like I maybe have dealt with the last of them, but I'm going to send this melee cav over there just to check and make sure. A lot of artillery up here. Oh, we've got a unit down here in the south. Let's go deal with them. Okay. Let Paper Collar Brigade fall back behind Mayo. We should be good there. Plenty of time. 3 hours, I think, is going to be more than enough time to get this done. Really, my only issue is that this battlefield's so big that I have to do a lot of bouncing back and forth to manage it all. All right, let's see where the numbers are at with 3 hours to go. I've actually got him by about 1,700 men. All right, let's get Beardsley back before McRae hits him. He's got a lot of artillery in these woods. We have to start targeting them. Supplies are getting low, but I've got a supply base here, so let's see how much it has. Oh, it's got a ton, 43,000 supplies. Let's park the artillery over there, shall we? It's going to take a while to get all these guys moved, and it's going to cause me to lose artillery for a little bit, but it'll pay off in the end. Yeah, I'm keeping these melee cav up there to screen all that, just to keep an eye on things. And I'm going to sit tight with everybody here until I can get those resupplies. Let's pull Ferrero back. All right, what's happening down here? We have the objective. Again, a huge cache of supplies. From which we can launch our final attacks. Let's get him turned the way we want him, and then park him. Alright, he's going to come out at me. That's fine. We'll come down on his flank. So we've got Union infantry in the open. Right, I think we can speed back up for a little while here. This is the last battle, so I'm going to push with the melee cav, even though they're getting a little lower on numbers. Because I want to eliminate some of these units completely. Alright, don't break that way. Why are you breaking that way? General Ewell cited. He is also here reinforcing the rebel defense with infantry. Alright, let's pause for a second. Take a look at everything. Did he get reinforcements? He did, because now he's only 400 men behind me. So he continues to get reinforcements, but I've got a better than 3-to-1 advantage in guns. So at least a couple of things working for me. One is supply now. And then, of course, one is that I have 2 of the objectives, and I've got plenty of time to take the 3rd with a lot of forces that haven't really even been engaged yet. I do got to be careful with my guns, though. Oh, there's General Ewell back here. Does that mean this is where his infantry's coming from? Guess I gotta be careful. Alright, point B's right here. He's still rushing units up north, which I guess means they're gonna leave that south a little less defended. Back up and get a better view of what's happening here. Alright, he does have infantry in there. So Ewell came in over here. So once again, I'm getting surprised by unexpected reinforcements showing up on the battlefield in places that I didn't really think they'd be. And now my artillery's exposed, at least in some areas. Alright, let's hold off on them. Let's get the mounted infantry out here. Alright, I'm going to slow it down again. Because I want to go in there and grab his supplies, for one thing. Now my artillery is going to start firing on Hughes over here, so that should help. Alright, numbers are looking good. I've got a 1,500 man advantage, and it's moving rapidly. So I'm going to wait a little while before I push for that last objective, because sitting right where I am seems to be working pretty good as far as inflicting casualties on him. And especially since I've got all these supplies now, he doesn't have a lot to fight with. No, don't fire on the other one. Alright, we grabbed them both. We'll let General Beauregard get away for now. Let's let our artillery do its thing. I'm going to come over here with Owen because he's a full, fresh unit of melee cav. Let these guys just sit tight everywhere. I'm going to try to catch McRae out in the open. All right, 2 hours to go. So got to be mindful of the time. Where was McRae? Here he is. We're going to wipe him out. Mayo's going to get wiped out down there. We'll let them pull him right into these skirmishers because we'll hit them too. I'm going to slow it back down again. Alright, there's Hughes. I'm going to send the Snakefoot Brigade and the 1st Virginia Cavalry to help. Hopefully, eventually, we'll push them out into the clearing in the north and wipe them out. Otherwise, it looks like everybody's out of this area. And I've got enough artillery and smaller mounted infantry units up here to protect the artillery that I think I can go ahead and send some of these units down. Okay, let's move up here. Alright, I want to pause again. I want to see the situation everywhere. Whoa, back off, guys. Actually, this might be kind of ideal because now I'm getting a glimpse of his units, and this hopefully means my artillery can light them up a little bit. Now I'll pause again. Okay, numbers-wise. Alright, big advantage now. I got 179 guns to his 44. I've got a 3,200 man advantage. So he should be sufficiently weak that when I really push for the center, I should be able to take him out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and send in. I'm gonna start putting the pressure on him. Actually, no, you know what? We won't. Not yet. Because we're pushing up from the south. I don't need to go straight at these fortifications. Alright, Paper Collar Brigade, let's get you out of there. Before you get wiped out. Alright, we'll hold tight on this objective here. I don't think he's got much else to come after me. Hour and 42 to go. Wow, almost about a 4,400 man advantage now. These skirmishers are toast. They're going to disappear here in a second. All right, artillery, have your way with Walker. This is going to be fun. All right, we wiped out that unit up there. We got to start making our push now. All right. Almost a 6,000 man advantage. He's going to be completely decimated. We got to get these guys dismounted. Oh, we just got more. Well, now it's fun. Here comes the rest of my reinforcements. Yeah, baby. Okay, so I could have done this without these guys, but since they're here, let's just bring this whole line right over this way. Bring everybody here out. I love it when you get reinforcements you don't even need. It's a glorious problem to have. Make sure he doesn't have any forces sneaking around somewhere that I'm not aware of. Let's pull Woods back. We're just going to let the artillery just sit on top of these supplies and just keep decimating him. Burns is basically keeping all of these units at bay, and it looks like 3 of them will probably cease to exist before long. That artillery is going to take a while to get here, but that's okay. They won't really have much to do. All right, what's he down to now? 8,000 men. So the tricky part then is going to be hitting the south, and I'm hoping this whole battlefield opens up so I can send a bunch of these units down there to finish that off. Slow and steady wins the race. That's definitely been the mantra of this entire campaign. My main strengths have been artillery. And that means taking time for the artillery to be effective and to do its job. And that's definitely, I think, a lesson that I've learned from this campaign that I'll carry with me into a regular campaign, is to not always be so hyper-aggressive that you lose unnecessary casualties when you could soften them up with large amounts of artillery and do the job. Plus, having a lot of artillery and not as many infantry keeps his numbers down because of the scaling. Although on a tougher campaign like a legendary mode, which I'm going to be doing next, obviously scaling won't be quite as effective. It'll benefit him more than it does on this one. So now we just got to sit here. There's another supply depot right here with a ton of supplies, which we've just taken. He's all but wiped out on this side. He's down to less than 6,000 men. We're going to wipe out all of these units right here. All right, he's down to 4,700 men. Let's speed this along. Oh, you jerk. Okay. Not a problem. That's the way you want to play. I'll play that game while I bring up my smoothbores. $3,400 men left. I have 251 guns on the scene. I want to see what some of these artillery units have done as far as damage goes. 879, 933, 1,083. The majority of my rifled batteries have caused around 1,000 casualties apiece. All right. We're going to head back to the other side of the field. I hope this whole thing opens up and I can send these units down. It may be ticking until this command point's no longer contested. Looks like that's the deal here. Okay, the fort must be held till nightfall. I guess that means I need to get the fort. Okay. It's not going to give me those additional troops, but I still... Oh, our reinforcements begin to fill our left flank. Okay. I am getting reinforcements. That should be enough to do this job. Yeah, I've got almost a 4,000 man advantage and a 4-to-1 on artillery. I've got 3.5 hours to do it. Should not be an issue. So here we go onto the last phase of the battle. Now, I am going to start making a massive shift down toward the fort because I want to get there before he starts pulling everybody over toward the fort. So, massive kind of reorganization of my army here. Redeployment, I guess you could say. And it looks like he may be doing the same thing. Gonna move the guns. I gotta hold a few forces out here just to screen this movement. And we'll keep the infantry there. Alright, sharpshooters back up. Looks like he's kind of thinking the same thing. So I want to make sure I'm getting all of my artillery down this way. And then we'll just kind of organize them where we want them once we get closer. I'm basically sacrificing those 2 units up there in order to move the rest of my army down. Now we start making our move to the fort. We got 3 hours to go. Let's see what the numbers look like. I've got almost a 4,000 man advantage, but I expect he's getting reinforcements. And there they are. So now it's a 400 man advantage. Okay, we may have to sacrifice Baker as well. I'm just keeping units up there to draw his attention while I make my move on the fort. Let's get the guns up. Alright, I want to pause. 250 to go. Alright, I'm back to a 400 man advantage. I don't know if he's getting more reinforcements or not, or whether I am. If some of my units from the other side will come this way, I don't know exactly how this is all going to shake out. Alright, Pew, get out of there. That's not going to work. I was just trying to disrupt him a little bit. He got more reinforcements. Okay, now he's got a 3,000 man advantage on me. Alright, we gotta push through this guy. $3,200 men is his advantage. That's not good news. It is not promising for taking a heavily fortified piece of real estate. I don't care who these guys are. I need all of them on a melee attack right now to push this guy out. Alright, we wiped him out. I gotta take the fort before his reinforcements get there. I don't know where they are. Alright, we're going to sit here and take some casualties for a minute. While I try to hurry up and bring up my guns. He doesn't have much artillery. He's only got 26 guns. He's got a 3,100 man advantage, though. Of course he counterattacks with his divisions. Why would we expect anything different? Alright, hurry up, artillery. These poor guys are getting just eaten alive at the foot of this fort while I wait for my artillery to come up. I may not have enough to assault the fort with. He's actually got a 3,300 man advantage now, so that advantage is increasing because I haven't been able to use my artillery. Oh, look at you occupying those fortifications on me. Oh my gosh, now he's riding into my artillery. Which I need to be firing on the fort, not on this horrible flank attack that I'm suffering from right now. Although I guess that's probably the immediate need. Okay. Still a 3,300 man advantage. I only have 9,100 men left. Let's take out these guys. Say hello to my little smoothbore friends. So we're going to make our stand in this little spot down here in this corner. And then hope I can bust out and take that fort. Okay, it's down to a 3,000 man advantage now. Yep, so this is kind of where I find myself. Outnumbered, right near the fort. I'm just going to try to hurl everything he has away from me. Hopefully inflict a lot of casualties because of my advantage in artillery. And then make a dash for the fort at the last minute. Hope that's enough. I also got to worry about supplies. Alright, his advantage is down to just 2,600 men. We're closing the gap, finally. 12-pounder parrots, that's not a thing. 10-pounder parrots is what they are. Alright, we're driving him off up here, but I've got to get a glimpse of that fort so I can start firing on it. Almost out of supply. But there's only an hour left, so... I'm going to lose some of these units completely. Alright, let's slow this down. Let's take out that battery because his canister fire is just going to destroy me. Alright, this is where it kind of sucks to have mounted infantry because I need the melee ability to overwhelm this guy with numbers and push him out of the fort, but I don't have that ability right now. I've got one tiny unit of melee cav. So we just have to use what we have. And just try desperately to push him out. I don't know that this is going to work, though. Just not enough men here to do this. Come on, guys. Well, at least we're taking out the battery, I guess. I'm even sending the sharpshooters in. Everybody's got to do their part to end the war. Oh, I secured the fort. But can I hold it? He outnumbers me by 2,300 men. If I can take it, I'll hold it. I believe. Alright, we dislodged one of them. I think we're going to wipe out the battery. Come on, guys, you can do this. I know this isn't what you signed up for, assaulting a fort. Especially you sharpshooters. Alright, we dislodged the other one. Perfect. This may actually work. Get out of my fort. That's right. Go ahead, Pew. Drive them off. Now let's get the guns over here. We're going to park everybody on that fort. I don't care about anything else on this part of the field. The fort is all that matters. Well, things are quiet now. I'm down to just 7,000 men. He's got 9,000. But it's those 108 guns that are my saving grace right now. That, and I have better weapons than him. Most of my guys are armed with repeating weapons. All right, McClellan, you get to have the glory of holding the fort for these last 32 minutes. All right, Bruce, fall back. Now we start inflicting the casualties on him. By the time this ticks down, I'll probably be even with him in numbers. Unless he doesn't attack me. And then we'll see what happens after this. This worries me a little bit that there's 2 more minutes on the contested timer than there is on the mission time, but I'm hoping that just allows that to finish out. What? You've got to be kidding me. It was 2 minutes difference. Oh my gosh. So what does that mean? Does that mean I lose the war? Do I have to go back and refight this? I still win a grand victory because I lose 75 reputation. But I had 95 reputation points available. So I didn't have to take Richmond to win the war. But that's not going to stand. We're going to go back and redo that because that 2 minutes is not going to define my entire campaign. We'll look at this real quick, and then we're going to go back and do this the right way. So, infantry, artillery, and cavalry, those are my total losses throughout the entire war. And there are my total kills. I inflicted 4-1 casualties on infantry, 6 or 7-1 on artillery. I actually lost slightly more cavalry than I inflicted, but that's to be expected since I was a cavalry-heavy army. All right, so we're going to go back and we're going to refight this, and I'm going to show you just the last part to let you know how it ended up. All right, so we're into the replay here, and I moved much faster with getting everybody down here, especially the artillery. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sit here, and I know he's going to come at me from this way, so I'm going to try to soften him up as much as I can, bring down those numbers, and then make sure that I take this fort before the hour mark. So probably with about an hour and a half to go, I'm going to make my push with the fort. And I protected my units a lot better this time. So I've got more men to launch that assault on the fort with. And I think that'll do the trick. All right, this time we secured the fort with about 20 minutes to spare. Now he had an additional unit in there this time that he didn't have in there last time, because I rushed in faster and I hadn't inflicted quite as many casualties on him. And I've left my artillery largely undefended out here because I just rushed everybody I had over. But now we'll start trying to pull them over toward the fort best I can. But I should be okay. Okay, I successfully have the fort captured, and now we proceed to the next day. So there is more. This is a long episode, but this is the end. This is the finish line. We're about to win the Battle of Richmond and win the war. We now have about 2-1 odds for the final assault on Richmond. And I'm going to stop right there, and that'll be for a part 3. So, continue to let me know your thoughts. Obviously, a little hiccup there, but those are things to be expected. I think the end game should be coming here fairly quickly. And one thing I'm going to do at the beginning of the last episode is I'm going to go through and just kind of look over the performance of some of my units, since we won't have a chance to do that after the battle. And we can just kind of take a look and see who kind of were the ones throughout the war who did the most to really make a difference. And we'll especially look at all the units that are named for our patrons out there. Unfortunately, I believe at least one of them was wiped out in this battle, and that was a Paper Color Brigade. I wasn't protecting them as much as I should have, just because I knew this was it. But we'll do all that in the last episode. So let me know your thoughts. Please hit that thumbs up. Next week, we will begin the next Ultimate General series, which is going to be, again, a Union campaign, but on Legendary difficulty, because I haven't done that one yet. I did it on the Confederate side, but not the Union. So we will see you again tomorrow with the final part of the Battle of Richmond. Thanks for watching.